So what we just did there is we went through and we processed all the emails. So remember, I processed each one by one. We determined the next course of action. If we were going to deal with it now, we'd respond to it now. If it was 2 minutes or less, boom, you respond to it right now. If someone sends you an email like, hey, can you give me the phone number of so-and-so? Boom, send them the email right now. And like, hey, are you available for a coffee later on today? Boom, send them the email right now. If it's 2 minutes or less, deal with it. Then you decide if you're going to deal with it later. This is your action folder, right? Your action label. So I showed you how to use that. And then you're going to archive it if not. If it's just a reference, a notice, a memo, whatever the case is, don't worry about filing it. Just archive it. And remember, 2 minutes or less is the key principle here. Go through each email one by one, 2 minutes or less. Then you go into your action folder. This is how you start every single day. Emails one by one, determine course of action, and then hit your action folder. And your day within half an hour, boom, you'd be surprised. You have so much time to do things now. So the email labels that we created were the action labels. Waiting for, again, was if we're waiting for someone to respond to an email. We keep them in one section so that I can check that once a day to see if I can prompt anybody like, hey, I'm still waiting for that proposal. Hey, I'm still waiting for that schedule, whatever the case is. This is a way for me to help manage somebody else's time. My action folder, we went over the importance of that. This is the task list of what you're going to do during the day. That takes you 2 minutes or longer. Your later folder, your later label, I should say, are the emails that you can deal with later. It's not pressing, but you want to keep them in a place. It's kind of like a side inbox. Your someday folder is when you've got time. At some point, go through it. Your at person labels, that's for your manager, your employee, your wife, your partner, your lawyer, your accountant, whatever you can think about. Your clients, client 1, client 2, client 3, doesn't make a difference. At are for people. Think about at as an agenda. It's a meeting. And the at context, the one at sign, is a context label. So when you have time to read, if you want to send yourself tips on, or send yourself a grocery list on when you're at the grocery store, you label at groceries, at chores, at whatever the case is. So these are the labels and how you want to use them. How this works here, remember, is that we're looking at the email when we open it. Is it actionable? If it's not actionable, you archive it. If it is actionable, you're going to process it. And how you process it is you decide one of two choices. Is it less than 2 minutes or more than 2 minutes? If it's less than 2 minutes, just do it right now. Deal with it. If it's more than 2 minutes, you're going to decide if you're going to delegate it or if you're going to deal with it later on, like your action label. And that's how we can make this diagram seem a lot simpler. And we got our email inbox down from 100 down to 0. Saving you significant amount of time because these principles work across the board. Once you apply this to your Gmail account and play around with this for a little bit, you'll see how easy this actually is. And the exact same format can apply to physical files as well, and to projects and to tasks. You'd be surprised how well these principles apply across the board. This also saves you a significant amount of money. You don't need to pay for other software. You don't need to pay your 10, 15, 20 bucks a month. I've done them all. They're great. A lot of these software are really, really good. But you don't need to rely on somebody else's skill to do this. You can do this yourself. And the best part about this is that it's not just applicable to Gmail. It's applicable to any kind of software pretty much that you can deal with in a business and for your personal life as well. The primary purpose of this course here is to show you how to get down to inbox 0. Your inbox is not a holding bin for every single email. Archiving emails is okay. Get them out of your inbox. Treat your inbox like a task list. One email, one task. I hope that helped you guys.